What is going on, everybody? So, buying comics, collectibles, whatever, always has its ups and downs, its highs and lows. Ideally, it's great to buy things in person at shows or shops or stores, but when you're like me and you look for some off the wall stuff, especially the vintage stuff, it's not as easy as that. You have to look to the interwebs, and there's a lot of resources on the interwebs, some better than others. And today I'm going to be talking about the unfortunate story of probably my favorite place to shop online. This is going to be an unfortunate eBay fail. Be sure to check out the links below for some fantastic resources in this hobby, like Big Time Collectibles, JustinComicx Cleaning and Pressing Services, and ABX Comics and Games. If you're looking to pick up new comic books and you don't have a shop near you or get into tabletop gaming, ABX Comics and Games has got you covered. You can set up a mail order list through them, and the link is in the description. Just reach out to Paul at ABX and get started in this hobby. Don't miss out on anything. So let's get into it. So I am a chronic eBay window shopper and oftentimes an eBay buyer. I absolutely love eBay. The amount of variety of things you can find there is near limitless. They've got everything. It's easily the number one reselling platform in the world and has been for a long time. So when you're like me and you just get like a random wild hair up your butt and you just want something specific, and it's typically, in my case, something old and random like this Sting figure. I just randomly one day remembered how I had it as a kid, and I went on eBay, and there's countless versions and different conditions and different prices, and you can just have your pick at almost anything. I absolutely love eBay, but things don't always turn out the best. You have dishonest sellers, you have unfortunate situations, you have packages that get damaged in the mail. There's always a lot of risk involved when dealing with eBay. Luckily, you have buyer protection with them. If something doesn't go right, they tend to like lean on the side of the buyer in any kind of dispute situation. So I always feel confident buying stuff there that even if it does go bad, I'm really not out anything. I mean, it's just a couple of days to get your money back from the time you purchase something and find out it went wrong. So there's really not that much risk involved. The most you can do is get a little frustrated. And in the grand scheme of things, it's just small stuff, and don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. But this is a situation that I haven't personally ran into before. So recently, I've been on a big kick going through and reading all the Valiant Turok stuff, all 47 issues plus the yearbooks, the number zeros. So if this is Cliff on Comics watching this video, yes, Cliff, this video is about Turok yet again. And it might not be the last one. Who knows? That's how collecting be sometimes. But I've been really enjoying spending time in this fandom of Turok. I've reached out and found other things that involve Turok to get excited about. I bought this color guide. I've got original art on my wall now, but I'm a toy collector and I like vintage toys, and I wanted to look at getting a Turok figure. And there's not a lot of them out there. There's only like three articulated figures and then a couple other stuff, but the figures aren't cheap, especially if you want them in box, mint, and all that stuff, which I do because that's where the accessories and stuff are. Now, the video game is really what all the toys are based off of, which that's where my fandom started with this. And I started looking around on the internet and realized these things definitely are not cheap. So they typically have them listed for over $100. I found a few listings along the way, averaging at about 125, really, like a 150 for some of them. And then one lucky day, just because I just window shop and I don't stop and I just put some on the watch list, I found one for $60 freaking dollars, just $60, half of what everybody else was asking for. I checked the seller's record. He didn't have a lot of items that sold, but he had 100% positive feedback from the few that he had sold. And I thought to myself, we've all got to start somewhere. 100% on 7 sales, that's good enough for me. Everybody can't be a full-time seller that's been at it for years with thousands of sales under their belt. And again, eBay has the buyer protection stuff, so I was willing to risk it and run the gamble on it. So I decided to buy the thing. I purchased it on March 10th. And as you can see from this listing, it says ended right there on the photo. So we're going to get into that. So I bought it. I waited over the weekend. I waited a few days. Read some books. I opened some mail. I hung out with friends, worked, played with it. Then it dawned on me one day, I haven't got any shipping update for this. Now, I typically have a handful of things in the mail at the time. And because of where I live, I don't really watch the stuff that's shipping to me. I make sure I get notified when I buy something. I save the email or whatever, so I know it's sitting there for when I think about it. And that's how this was. So I actually had to reach out to the seller. So on March 16th, I sent him a message via eBay's messaging system and said, "Hello, I'm reaching out for an update on this order. It's been a week since my purchase, and your listing states it should have shipped within 2 days of purchase. Thank you." Now, that was at like 4:15 in the morning. I get up early for work, and just a couple hours later at normal people time, about 10:30 in the morning, he messaged me back saying, "I am so sorry. I've lost my phone, and it was down. Unfortunately, I have not received a message from Google about your purchase, and I just received your message. This item has already sold, and I am happy to refund you your money. I am so very sorry for any inconvenience." So him losing his phone, all this is not my problem. Not my fault, not my cookie, not my crumble. I was kind of upset. I was really upset in the moment. Then I thought about it. I'm like, yo, this is just a toy. This is just a toy after all. $70 all in kind of thing around there. So as long as this dude like hits me back, like we'll see how it goes. I've never had issued a refund or something before. And so I messaged him back and said, "Hey, no worries. Things happen. I appreciate the fast response and refund. Hope you have a great one," because this dude refunded me within 1 minute. Like before I even had time to type out this thoughtful response, dude already hit me back. Hit me back real fast with a refund. And I'm like, dude, what do I do? What do I say? I'm like, no worries, man. Things happen. If I was in his shoes, I would want some grace. So like I just no reason to leave feedback, no reason to get negative or anything. And I was kind of bummed out. I'm like, dude, I've been watching for like a little bit over a month for these Turok toys to come up. Now I've looked at them in the past, but I've been watching like a hawk for over a month everywhere to see when these things come up for not triple digits. And one hadn't. But I don't know, man. It was one of those situations where I really felt like you get what you put into it. Like what you put out into this universe will come back at you, because it wasn't even 24 hours later when another one went up and went posted for $70. 70 freaking bucks. Another one came up and I ordered it. I ordered a second one from a different seller. And that was one thing I was thinking. I wonder if he's going to just like relist it. So I checked. He didn't immediately relist it. I don't know if it's been relisted since. I haven't seen it anywhere. But I am excited to report that I did order another one. I was happy to. And I'm about to open this thing and see if this actually worked out. All right, so I got it open, got it ready. We're going to check it out, and I've got the photo here. So ultimately, with this one, I paid $10 more than the initial attempt. It would have been $70.03. I ended up paying $80.48. So still not cheap. Not $150. Double digits after tax and shipping. So hopefully it's worth it. It makes me happy. Holy potatoes. Woo! Mint in box. Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. Not, I mean mint, but it's like 30 years old. What are you going to do? Little around the edges, but that's amazing. But ultimately, it worked out. It wasn't that first sale. Unfortunate experience. Can't hold it against people. In the end, I got the Turok figure. People that have been following my content know how much I'm really into this stuff right now. Really enjoying it. So needed all those accessories. Comes with all kinds of stuff. Slam packed. Some Joshua Fire Seed. That's super dope. That's super dope. But yeah, all's well that ends well, but still was a first time for everything. So thought I'd share it with everybody. The weird, unfortunate road it took to get this, but got it. All's well that ends well. I appreciate everybody watching. If you would, or if you could, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out the join button, become a channel member. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.